The sign that I'm going to use to understand whether there is a collision, at least on the x-axis, is the sign that checks if both this condition is true and also this condition. This is the sign shift and 7, ampersand, ampersand, because it is the sign that checks if both conditions are true. So what I can do is move those conditions on one line, and between them write our new knowledge, and I think this should successfully check if there is a collision on the x-axis. This means whether the enemy and the player are so far right that they would collide if there is also y collision. So let's see how our new knowledge works. I'm going to refresh this page, and it's broken. Apparently there is something wrong, and perhaps it's about our new knowledge. Apparently there is something wrong with this line. Is it so? Well, if you are very careful, you would see that our mistake is actually on line 12. And if you see line 12, it's not the line that I changed. It's the closing bracket that were for the update function, and I haven't affected it. So why there is a problem with it? Well, actually this was the closing bracket of the update, but now update has another closing bracket and my new if has another closing bracket. You can see that the formatting is also wrong. What happened is that I deleted one of the ifs with its opening bracket curly, but I didn't delete its closing curly bracket. So I need to delete one closing bracket. Which of the brackets should be deleted in order for me to have a formatted code? Well, if I delete this bracket, this is the bracket without a pair, my code will start working, and I can see that the check for collision works correctly. But my code is not formatted, so I will get this bracket back and I will just watch my code and think which is the bracket that needs to be deleted. Actually, it's the first closing bracket. This closing bracket was paired with the opening bracket of the deleted if. It's written more to the right than the closing bracket of our only current if, so it's totally on the wrong place, and when I delete it, my code is much more pretty correctly formatted and it still works. So now that my check for collision on x-axis is fine, I want you to continue with new conditions in order for my code to have full check about even collision on y. You can see that I don't understand about a real collision, but only about a collision on x-axis. So you can write those conditions about y-axis, and in the next video we will discuss is it possible to use ampersand in our new foo check. Will it need two nested ifs, or is there even shorter way to write it? Try this